Back with Bobby and JG Radio. We're talking all about pups and dogs, and we're going to transition to one of the coolest things that's happening downtown, I think, which is the Maverick Dog Park right off of Broadway. And is it Jones?
Yes.
Broadway and Jones. And we have Miss Ashley Riley. She's from the Body of Christ, Corpus Christi. She's been here for 10 years. And she has a kind of cool... So you're living down on Broadway, right?
Correct.
And you're kind of in that communal dog... that community that has dogs that have little parks behind the 2021 or 1221 Broadway.
Correct.
And then you're approached because you work with a development company, and you guys were approached to kind of take on this new project, which is Maverick Park, that we've heard about here with Bobby and JG Radio for a while now. So tell us all about the park, when it's opening, or when you think it's going to be opening, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we basically, when you live at an apartment complex and you have to take your dogs out 3 times a day, you go to the same dog park and you meet the same people. Sure. And you end up being close friends with them all and get, their stories, what they do, their running, and their dogs become your dogs in a way. Sure. And this was actually pretty much a grassroots initiative. My project manager, Joe Alderete, approached me in the dog park, and he asked me, would you be interested in working with myself and developing the Maverick Park into a Maverick Dog Park? And he had already gone far down the road of getting a budget and drawing up plans with a local contractor. And he asked if I could approach my boss, or as a company we'd be interested in getting involved. So we set up the meeting with my boss, and he was 100% on board, super excited. It's basically a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. The park just sits vacant. No one uses it. Right.
It's a pretty big amount of space, too, that's been there for years.
So is it a city park that was donated, or?
It is a city park.
Okay. I think most people know because it's right there off Broadway where everyone watches the Flambeau Parade. That's where they set up all the bleachers on Broadway. And Jones, right there in that corner.
Correct.
But forever, it's just been kind of a piece of land that's really just never been used for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And now it's been donated, and then you guys are going to be developing this park.
Correct. We're working with the San Antonio Parks Foundation and the San Antonio Parks and Rec Department, and which means we get to take donations and from a non-profit tax deductible position. We've been working with local landscape architect Larry Clark, who works for Bender Wells Clark, and he drew up this beautiful design taking up the back portion of the park. Mm-hmm. And it will have a creek, a bioswale that will filter all the rainwater into the storm drains. Sure. Filters it before any bad stuff gets into the river. Right. We also are going to have a terrain play, a small and large dog area, a dog washing station. It's just going to be a really great platform for, local pet owners to, congregate and build that sense of community down in the River North. Working with people like Stacy at SNIPSA or San Antonio Pets Alive, it's a platform where they can come and have a pet focus event. Right. Because people be all the time. And then that's kind of that area is developing more and more just in population than it has been in the last 5-10 years. Because you have, the Pearl right there, and you have...
It's kind of become downtown, kind of. Even though it wasn't 10 years ago, it was Broadway.
Technically, it's right inside the downtown, yeah.
Oh, it's outside the freeway, so... But now it is. There's lofts, and there's the urban lifestyle.
I mean, we have about, 2,000 units in our little sub-market, some condos, some townhouses, mostly apartments. Right. And about 60% of the population, has a dog or a pet. And so, there's really cool stories you hear about, couples meeting at the dog park, getting married at the dog park, or, people that are moving from out of town and they don't, it's hard to meet people. Sure. And they get dogs and they go to dog park and they meet friends, and then, it's, we also have some, inside joke of guys getting dogs at our apartments just to go meet the girls with the cute dogs.
Oh, I borrow dogs all the time.
Just because that's where everyone is in that area.
It's icebreakers. It's easy to get shocked, and you build communities. You know your neighbors, and you know the people.
So what is the best breed of dog for me to attract a woman?
I would say a Cavalier King Charles is what I have, and they're the cutest
Got
thing
it.
ever.
I'm
You got
shopping
that?
this weekend.
Are you?
Yes.
You adopting with SNIPSA?
Yeah. You got one?
What? We just had one, actually.
Okay, next one you get, call me.
Okay.
You guys heard it here on Bobby and Jay-Z Radio. Bobby's going to adopt a dog for the wrong reasons. So, how can you guys get, more funding, or is there anything that you guys are looking for the general public?
Absolutely. We tried the crowdfunding. We do Causes, which is a nonprofit
Crowdfunding, right?
Crowdfunding.
Like a Kickstart, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we receive funds from the local developers, Mosaic, River House, Alamo, Manhattan, 1221 Broadway,
Yeah.
Rivera, some other property owners around the area. We got a TERS grant for $50,000. We received a grant from the 80/20 Foundation, and so we've received about 50% of the funds. We still are looking to raise about $150,000 before we can actually start the project.
So, how can people get a hold of y'all?
Mainly through our Facebook page. I think our PR guy does a very good job of keeping it up to date and showing the links where you can donate, or you can send them the checks directly to San Antonio Parks Foundation.
Sure.
I don't have the address with me, but it's on St. Mary's.
Yeah. And on Facebook, you're just Maverick Dog Park.
Correct.
So just search Maverick Dog Park on Facebook, and then obviously get involved, and then you can figure out how you can, start to donate more or be more involved in this awesome park that's coming downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk to our show sponsor. We'll be right back. If you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and be a fan of our show at bobbyandjzradio.com.